You know what song I have stuck in my head?
What?
Whoop, whoop. This is the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. What? Who sings that? What?
I don't know. It's the sound of the police. I'm like, is that what Steve-O's singing for us right now?
Well, what's funny was the last time we were in here recording, at the very end, we heard this like bell ding chime thing.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, that's weird. We're about to leave. And then we go outside, and in the parking lot, there was a man and a large dog sitting in their car. And we're like, hello, you don't belong here, sir.
Yep.
So I felt like it was Steve-O looking out for us.
Being like, heads up.
Thank you, Steve-O.
Thank you, Steve-O. So as requested, not from any of you, but from the dead guy who also sits with us, we are going to do an episode not necessarily all focused on Steve-O, but about the paranormal in general. So okay, real quick freak check, and then I'm like, let's go, baby, let's go. Okay, how you feeling?
I'm feeling all the feels. I feel very excited. I get that like thrill feeling where I'm like about ghost hunters, adrenaline rush. My nose is running, and I'm like,
like Blair Witch Project.
Very much.
Run!
How are you feeling?
I am feeling so excited. I also feel the adrenaline. That's what I'm feeling right now. Like Steve-O is pumping the energy. I also feel that adrenaline rush. I love being scared. I love ghost shit. And I'm excited to talk paranormal in general. As we mentioned a couple episodes ago, I don't remember which one. It's been coming in a lot for the people around me. Whether it's because they know people who have recently passed or they moved and there's been some activity in their houses. By the time this comes out, I'm also going to be in a new house. Ooh. So shout out to my new house ghost. I'm sure you're going to be there. Sorry, I'm like so hyped. But I'm feeling good. I'm excited. Let's welcome Steve-O, everybody. Oh, why did I just immediately get like live from a studio audience, like the wow, yeah, like,
totally. Oh my god, and he wants us to tell you that his real name is not Steve-O.
Yes, his real name is not Steve-O, but that is the name we are giving him. And I think it's twofold. One, because I don't know, I never straight out asked. Oops, sorry. And two, probably it's a good like privacy thing.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Not to talk about like this deceased man.
Yeah.
So casually.
Yes.
We also, for those who are not watching, I'm so fucking excited. Okay, so we have an EMF reader with us today. And for those who don't know what an EMF reader is, it reads the electromagnetic field in the space. And they say, and they've used it to prove, that ghosts are around because they bring a different level of energy when it comes to electromagnetic. So it goes from green all the way to red. There's 2 green, yellow, orange, red. Red meaning that it's super high. And I know we are surrounded by a lot of technology right now. And we ourselves are electromagnetic. I can't even, like, he's in my mouth right now.
Yeah, he is.
He's like ready to talk for me. And I'm like, no. What I want you to do is talk into the mic next to me. So when I'm listening back and we hear the little, oh Lord, I can go, oh shit, that was Steve-O. And I don't know if we'll hear it in these little headphones or not, but I'm looking forward to it, Steve-O. So talk to the mic, not through my mouth, please. So I'm going to turn on the EMF reader real quick. Oh, you ready for the click? Oh, okay. So it's going to turn itself on. And I just want to show that it's the one green light for the mics, for the headphones, for our bodies, right? That's the base level. That's what we're at. I'll put it near my computer. No spikes. Steve, I'm going to have you hold off for another 2 seconds if you are here. I want to show the lights. There's no spike. No spike. Okay. I'm going to place it on. As soon as I said, I need you to wait. Now it's going off. It's in the yellow zone.
I've been so sensitive to or aware not to keep my water bottle next to my cell phone, especially at night.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I feel like 5G, right? Like I just don't want those waves near my water.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm not even looking at the thing. Well, it's flickering. So Steve-O, now if you're present and you want to show the audience that you're present, you can start lighting up the EMF reader as we are talking. So thank you for flashing that for us. But let's just talk general. I know. I feel like we're just going to be staring
I know.
at it the whole time. Like, you want to talk a little general about paranormal? A couple things that I want to touch upon is how to safely connect. We mentioned it before when we introduced Steve-O, how one can get stuck. What that might look like. Yeah. Now. Oh yeah. Yeah. There it goes off. So Steve-O, you're stuck. Yeah, I know. I'm like, y'all, if you're just listening, I suggest you watch because he is fully interacting with the EMF reader as we ask him questions. Yeah, it's like spiking to what, yellow?
And he doesn't really like to be downstairs. He's more of an upstairs kind of guy.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because the first time I went upstairs, I just had this very intense feeling like I was having a heart attack. And now anytime I feel his presence come around, I get this like chest tightness. And whether or not he did pass from a heart attack, I mean, we'll let him tell us. But he was under a great deal of stress, even though he loved what he did. Well, okay, so I think it was probably our very first episode we started talking about growing up aware and what it was like to just be energetically sensitive kiddos. And Tara had a really great support system through her mom and her community. And I just sort of like coexisted with spirits in Pennsylvania. I feel like depending where you live, sometimes it's like a historical thing. Sometimes it's, I think, because of the rock. Like limestone is super conductive to paranormal activity. And the town next to mine was actually called Limestone. So it was just, it was super dense in fragmented, stuck energy of people who lived there once upon a time. And I think I've come to view it in a new way, in that it's not the entirety of the soul that is stuck. It can be memories. It can be energetic. It could be like in a house, for example, there could have been like lots of fights, and like there could be like corners where you just feel, or you get into fights with whoever you're living with. And it's so fascinating to look at everything from an energetic perspective and know that like your energy gets placed in elements on earth. That's what you ultimately leave behind. You want to leave behind a legacy, clean up your fucking messes energetically. But all right, let's bring it back.
He spiked on that one. I'm like, you hear that, Steve-O? Clean up your fucking mess.
So Steve-O, I hear, really likes to mess with the kids, and he's a little jokester. He loves to stir up chaos.
Here's what I'm going to say, Steve-O. I have some things that I want to talk about because I feel like it could be helpful for the public. How about we save the second half of the episode and we'll just ask you questions and see what you have to share with us.
I like that.
Okay, because otherwise he's going to try to interject into everything as he usually does, which grateful, happy you're here. We are inviting you here. I want you sitting here today. I want you right in this
He's like, well,
stool.
move your stuff.
You know what, dead ass?
Honestly,
okay.
Yeah.
Gotta be respectful. All right, Steve, I'll even move my fucking book for you, buddy. Okay, so yeah, a couple things that I want to talk about when it comes to paranormal is how do you safely connect? What's the situation with them connecting with you? And how do we deal with things that are not for our best intent? Those are the three main topics that I really want to talk about. And you know, you were just mentioning that you didn't really have the support. It was super scary. Did you have friends? I know we might have talked about this in season 1, episode 1. Check it out. Look at the link below or something.
But
I don't
also
know.
look at how far we've come.
Yeah, for real. But Yeah. Did you have like friends you connected with on that, or were you fully
Actually,
alone?
I can think of one, Ashley, who lived in a
Shout out
very, I
Ashley.
know, Ashley's been a name coming through
Yeah.
strongly this past week for
Yeah.
me. She lived in a very old house. And there's definitely a lot of activity happening there. So she got it. But I think that my bedroom in particular was a portal. Like I've always had a thing with mirrors. And I don't think I really realized that I would open up portals at times, and or portals would just open up and
Yeah.
spirits would come and go. For her, it was more of like a traditional ghost spirit living in the house.
Like grandma or something.
No, it was like past owners.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A shout out to grandmas when they come through.
Shout out to grandmas. Also, speaking of those who like pass and come through from your lifetime, most of the time, I don't know, how do I phrase this? I personally believe, and this is a belief that my mom passed down to me and I agree with, you follow what's right for you, that when someone passes in your lifetime, that you need to go through a good amount of grief before you even try to connect. Because what we see happens is people will come to see my mom as a medium and be like, my partner just passed, my sister, my friend just passed, and I want to know they're okay. I want to know they're happy. And I get that. And that helps with your healing. But it perpetuates your suffering because you're not letting them go. And yes, they'll always be here, and maybe they'll be your guide, maybe they'll be in your house, maybe they'll give you signs. But if you're not allowing your human body to grieve and let go, you're going to be seeking that consistently. So when somebody passes, whether it's you connecting or going to see a specialist or, a medium, give yourself the time. Me and my mom say like 3 months. That usually is like a good time. Not saying that grief is over in 3 months, but it gives you that space before you start longing for them and looking for them everywhere and every day.
And it's a better timetable for them, because what happens when you cross over is you go and you sit at the Akashic records and you sit at the table and you review your contract and your lifetime and what you learned. And it's not like how you would expect it to be in human form, where you're like being reprimanded and full of guilt and shame and all those things, right? You process emotions. Well, you don't really process emotions. It's just this is. And in human terms, it would be about 3 months from the time, 3 to 4 months from the time you pass.
Okay, I know I said we'll wait till the end, but okay, Steve-O, I want to ask you a question. If you're here, blink that little thing. Okay, stop blinking it so I know like you're going to listen. Oh, bitch. Thank you. Have you been able to see your records yet? Blink it if it's true. No blink, because he's stuck here. He hasn't been able to go and see the records yet. And I think a piece of that is in that 3 months when you mentioned this a while ago, and I don't even remember how you phrased it. So interrupt me if you remember. Something about how the term spirit is when you're still connected to the memories and emotions here versus your soul when you go back to look at the Akashic records, your records. You said something along those lines, and that came through for me this morning. Came through for me this morning when I was thinking about, yes, after we pass, we don't hold on to emotions. We don't feel emotions. We feel the frequency. We understand it. But I think those who are still earthbound, spirits, ghosts, little woo-woos, are still attached to the emotion.
Yes.
And that's what's anchoring them to the physical realm, because that is not something that exists in the form it exists here, out there.
And that's how they're able to kind of fuel their spirit, because they have other humans
Oh, fuck yeah.
feeling it for them.
Hence why he likes the chaos and stress, because that's what he's holding on to from his lifetime here.
Yep.
And continuously feeds his soul that way.
Yeah.
Because he's a spirit that is latched onto the emotion but cannot express or fully embody without body.
Oh, we're really lighting up.
Holy shit.
He's like, you hear me, you get me.
Oh, Steve. Oh,
I literally have to go shave my legs again because I'm full body chills, and I think my
me
leg hairs just
too.
grew an inch.
And just as we gave acknowledge, he stopped.
Yeah.
That went to fucking red. If you're not watching, fucking watch. Steve, I'm so sorry that you are still stuck in the emotion, which is, I know I get on your case about you causing chaos and feeding yourself that way, but I see now that, like, if that's where you left the physical body, that's what's going to fuel the spirit before you're capable of reaching the soul. I'm sorry, buddy. Wow, it was crazy. I never saw it go red before.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh my God. I'm kind of like freaking out a little bit. Okay, we'll come back to you later, but thank you for confirmation. Honestly, anytime you want to throw confirmation, that's how you do it, Steve-O. Get us to red and we know you're agreeing, and we'll ask questions later. Okay? And I think what other people need to understand is that because they're being fueled by your emotion, it requires a lot of emotional or physical energy, like batteries, physical batteries. Like if you look at paranormal places or teams, they'll have like batteries, because in order for them to make manifest in physical form, right? An apparition, a sound, even turning on this, they require supplementary energy. So that can look like, to come here, right? To come in this space. That can look like a battery, could look like Victoria and I being the chargers and saying, we are open to you taking our energy respectfully in order to manifest and create sound, create movement, create the lights on the EMF reader. They need that. So it is really, when you have an apparition, when you have things whispering, Steve-O was calling my name all fucking week this week. All week he was calling my name. And I think it's because he knew we were going to do this episode before we knew it. And, you know, all of those things require a lot of energy. He's sourcing it from the 150 people in this building. It could be sourced from your relationship in the real world. But if you have an apparition or if you're having physical things happen, you have a very strong spirit. A very strong spirit with you. And that could be good or bad, depending on what their intentions are.
Or if you understand energetic boundaries and how to protect yourself.
And I think to really recognize the power, he's going off, to really recognize the power that they can hold in this in-between space that they're existing in is important, because you're playing a part in that. And you need to be conscious of, do I want to be fueling this entity? Is what they're asking for fuel something I'm willing to give? If I am connecting and I want them manifesting here, now that's one option. And that's the option that most people start to experience when they're opening themselves up to the energetics. Because it requires so much energy, they're going to push something or turn off the TV or flick on a light. And if you turn around and go, oh, the damn old electricity in this house, they're going to go, well, I'm never doing that fucking again because that exhausted me and you didn't give two shits back. So when you start to see things around you and experience things around you, and you're accepting that as paranormal activity, you are giving the ping to that entire motherfucking realm that you're listening. Am I right, Steve-O? Wait, did you hear that in your headphones?
It was like a click, right?
It was a click, but it was also like of energy.
Oof, no, I didn't hear that. Thank God.
Oh, that was weird.
I was not ready for that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Well, okay. I think the other common thing that people, whether or not they're wanting to open up to this realm or not, is they move into a space and they're like, shit, I'm not alone. And I want to stake claim. I'm the one paying rent here after all. how do I make it known that this is my space? And there are all sorts of rituals and ceremonies you can go about doing, but I think for anyone who doesn't really feel called to do anything other than claim your space energetically, it is so important to communicate that verbally and say, I live here now. And then come up with your own terms and agreements. Like, you're not allowed to freak me out like by being in the corner of my eye and like lingering or hovering or watching, and do not disrupt my sleep. I can't tell you the number of times I've had spirits come and freaking wake me up, and I'm like, do you not remember what it was like to be human? And maybe you were never human, but it sucks to be sleep deprived, and I'm already sleep deprived from the ascension symptoms I'm going through. So like, back off. And then well, I'm like, do I want to go down this avenue or not? There are the spirits who have been here as humans, but then there are so many other entities that can come through. And Tara and I have seen some very interesting creatures, we'll call them. And I feel like when we first started hanging out, I would like see the weirdest shit. And I'm like trying to describe to you. And then you'd go to your mom and your mom would be like, oh yeah, that's some like Irish da-da-da. And we're like, what the fuck is that? What?
Yeah. There are things that have been incarnated in Earth, and there are things that are not. And there are things from many different realms that are capable of coming to Earth. We talk about Earth as a hotspot. They all know about it. They're all watching the reality show, okay? They know how to access it. And if you open yourself up and you don't have the energetic boundaries, anyone and anything can come through.
Okay, and I'm getting this visual of, if you have a guest in your house, what kind of food are you going to feed them? And are you going to feed them fear? Are you going to feed them love? And I think in the case of Steve-O, when I initially was, and I said, up until like last week, I was very, very spooked. And I just did not like that eerie feeling, just based on my own past experiences as a kid, where I didn't really understand, spiritual protection. I now feel such a deep calling to feed Steve-O with so much love, and that low vibrational fear is not serving him whatsoever. And I know that I have the ability, and I want to give him love and encouragement to take the next step.
And what a way to help him do that. Because if he left this earthly plane with this fueling of fear and anxiety and stress, and then he's like, okay, well, that's what I know, and I need to be fed because I'm still stuck here, so let me keep doing that to all the kids and all the teachers. And we're fueling him in that way, whether it be, oh my God, I'm scared of the ghost, or just like the chaos he's causing. He's going to stay in this loop. But when we get to turn around and go, no, Steve-O, I'm not scared of you. I'm happy you're here. I'm grateful you warned us about the guy outside. I know that you're just having fun. And I want you to shift yourself to take the energy of love instead of the energy of fear. And then he can start to disassociate from those emotions, and it'll help him cross over. I'm like, did you even know that, Steve-O? I bet you didn't.
Why don't you want to cross over?
See, now asking those questions takes me to the other piece of the circuit, right? So we have them using a lot of energy and us providing them energy to come here. What Victoria and I typically do is we're like, don't waste your fucking energy. We're coming to you. So we can raise our energetic field. We can raise our frequency vibration and say, okay, we're going to enter your realm. Yes, I'm in this physical body. Yes, my eyes are open. I'm talking. But I have my energy in a frequency consistently matching theirs. So they don't need to cross the veil. I'm crossing it for them. I'm in their realm, and I'm able to communicate with them without them moving a lamp or making a sound or calling my name or using the EMF reader. Now, is that helpful? Well, especially when we have viewers? For fuck sure. So Steve-O, I appreciate it. And we're going to keep feeding our energy to you to do that while we use our energy to get up there. So you have two modalities if you're interested in exploring the paranormal, is feeding them properly, whether it be with a physical battery or love or whatever, to come here, or working with your own energy to go there. But all in all, what's important is what Victoria said, claiming your boundaries verbally. I am okay with Steve-O using my energy to connect with us for the podcast and the podcast only.
Today.
I am okay with the spirits in my house doing things not to my body, but to my space in order to ask for attention or clarification or whatever. Now, it's also really important within setting those parameters of when they can contact you and how they can contact you, that first fucking boundary you set is I am only open to connecting with those who have my highest good as intention. Because like I said, when you open yourself up, when you say, I'm the doorway, I'm open, I'm here, I hear you, every fucking thing will come to talk to you. And you can ask God, your angels, your guide group, your higher self, the universe, whatever the fuck you want to do, to say, I am putting a gate. Who's my bouncer to make sure that the only people or beings or entities or energies or whatever that walk through that gate are for my highest good? Now, they may cause me discomfort, but if it's on the path to my highest good, I'll take it. Those are the boundaries that you need to set, because it was even not too long ago that I needed to reassess Steve-O, no offense, because I got a ping that there is a wolf in sheep's clothing around me. And I couldn't tell if that was physical or not. Someone is not being truthful with their intentions with me. And like, not to feed it, but it was like evil. It was not like, oh, it was like, no, they know exactly, like it's malicious. Right? So you just asking a spirit, hey, are you here for my best intention? You don't fucking know if they're telling the truth. Don't ask, set the goddamn parameter. You're not welcome in here. We said you are more powerful than anything. And the fact that you can incarnate, you're the most powerful thing. You're a God incarnate. You're able to access these powers in a physical body. Nothing is more powerful than you. The spooks you get is all from your fear of not wanting to be hurt. But the second you say, I will not get hurt, then you won't. These things can't touch you. So don't ask if they're nice. Set the parameter that they're not even welcome if they're not nice, if they don't have your best intention. You know, I told the story of when we were at the graveyard. And that thing was like, oh, just pull down your wall and then I'll talk to you. I said, no, why can't you talk to me with the wall up?
They're like little hookers, like energetic hookers. I just see them on the street and you're kind of driving along in your body and you're curious and you're sort of like, okay, what's your deal? What's your story? I know, I feel so thirsty too.
I'm like, sorry if you guys are hearing me gulp, but I am so thirsty. Like, he is drying out my mouth. I said he's in my mouth. I'm like, get out of here. That sounds so dirty. In my mouth.
But I bring up the term hookers because
as I say, he's in my mouth.
No, because I think it ends up being very transactional, and I don't think that it has to be necessarily. And, you know, I think even energetic exchanges from human to human don't have to be transactional.
Yeah. And I want to also, I'm going to offer this. I don't know. What do you think? Should I offer how I get rid of something that doesn't have our best intention?
I do, and I'm very curious to hear who the sheeper was.
I don't know who. I don't. For a second, I was like, is it Steve-O?
It's not.
It's not, though. I don't know if there's an entity around me that's right at the barricades of my field waiting for me to drop it, or if it's a physical person who's telling me they have my back when they don't.
Is it me?
Tune in next week to see if Victoria stabs me in the back.
I'm like, I'm the most loyal bitch you'll ever meet.
I know. I'm like simultaneously getting chills and sweating, and my mouth is dry. And another way that they can, when you're in their space, not when they're down here, but when you're in their space, you might get, well, actually both ways. Will you get chills or physical reactions? I get a lot of like heat when I'm channeling, but also chills when they're physical. The mouth dry thing feels new for me.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like, I almost feel like I'm like, is there like,
or we did just eat those chips.
No. I mean, yes, we did, but like, I don't know.
It did feel different. It was coming from.
Yeah, it's different. But I want to offer this only because a friend had asked me recently. They moved into a space where the energy was just, what happened in that space last was not good. I've lived in many places. I think I spoke about it in the Growing Up Aware. Many places where there was not kind things waiting for us around the corner. And I want to offer what my family does in our lineage to not just, oh, I'm cleansing the house of leftover energy, but like an exorcism of the space. I have never performed an exorcism of the body, so this is not about the body, although I'm sure it's similar. This is about the physical space, and I share this as an option, not the only way. I want to state that. And I'll try to do it quickly. And I think, actually, if you go back to the bonus episode for he's doing some shit in my headphones. If you go back to the okay, all right, rein it in. If you go back to the bonus episode for the spooky stories, my roommate at the time, Megan, and I tell the story of how it played out, but I'll just give you the roundabout of what we did. So Victoria said, mirrors or portals? 100,000%. I can't get this out of my fucking ear. 100,000% mirrors or portals. So I cover the mirrors with a sheet, close it off. I also would hang like a little crystal also to be like, this is closed.
And televisions too, especially the big ones.
Screens, mirror things, reflectors, right? Because it's giving you that other realm, that other reality. I have to take off my headphones. I can't tell this story. And it feels really weird to talk without the headphones, but I'm going to have to go for it because I can't focus with what he's doing in there. So you cover the mirrors. You get yourself to that higher state. You want to be balancing your emotional and mental frequencies. You don't want to be leading with fear. You want to be leading with confidence. I am setting this space. This is my space. You are not welcome here. That is not like, please leave. Do you have to take it off?
Does it feel like when you went to a concert and at the end of the night when you come home and you're laying in bed and it feels like your ears are like,
yeah. Like he's literally sending frequency from one ear to the other ear.
Yeah.
And it's just too much. And now I'm starting to get the chest thing too, where I can't breathe.
I have chills.
Okay. He's like, you said halfway through the episode we talk about me.
I know.
Hold on, bitch. Let me just finish this fucking story. So make sure that you're confident in what you're saying, that you feel powerful in what you're saying. My family specifically, it smells like a fucking pork shop, but you put onion and garlic in every corner of every room. And we went around with sage, holy water, and a bell. And we went around and windows were open, doors were open. And we say you have to exit the space and you just clear. But it's really, like Victoria said, it's that verbal declaration of you are not welcome. This is my sacred space. Only that of my highest intention may enter. All else are stopped at the door and are exiting through the windows. And I personally use sage to clear and Palo Santo to seal. So after, I'll seal with Palo Santo, go around the door frames and the windows. I'll put out new crystals. I'll clean everything. And then I'll say like, okay, now I'm setting this new space. I've been working with binary code, so I'll also put my hand on the wall and set the binary code for the space. That's a whole nother story. But what I want to say is that when something that is not great, let's say, enters the space, that doesn't mean that you're helpless. You have to find that power within to say, you are not welcome to touch me. I can promise you, everyone you know who has touched a Ouija board, which has no fucking gatekeeper, that's why everything comes in. Don't ever fucking touch a Ouija board. I don't care who you are, what your beliefs are, fuck a Ouija board. No offense. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. I got off on a Ouija board, but
I second that. Fuck Ouija boards. They're cool if you know what you're doing.
But there's no gatekeeper. That's the problem, because that's the portal. The Ouija board itself is the portal. Whereas where I'm opening my space or I'm opening my body, I'm the portal. My house is the portal. So I can create that barrier. That Ouija board, oh, I know where I was going with it.
Yeah. Good.
That Ouija board has no fucking gatekeeper. So you're at least getting everything to the surface of your own gate. And you don't need to do that. And what I was going to say is everybody you know who's had issues with ghosts, and I'm not trying to say, but I'm trying to say, are the people that are like, yeah, do something about it, ghosts. Yeah, show me you're here. Coming with anger and antagonizing them, that's when you wake up with bruises and scratches. Now, don't get me wrong. They could do that when you're not antagonizing, because as Megan and I shared, we woke up with bloody noses and everybody was sick. They can do that if you're not paying attention. They can feed off of you and hurt you. But those who have like the really, really, really rough time is usually those people who are not setting a gatekeeper and are asking for it.
Well, they're definitely not listening to this podcast, so.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, I feel weird without my headphones. I feel like he's getting frustrated. I need water.
I know. I definitely feel this call to focus all of our energy on him, or he's going to keep annoying us.
Or I'm going to throw up. Truthfully, the energy, sometimes when it's heavy and it runs through me like that, I'm like, I'm either going to shit my pants or throw up. Okay. So, Steve-O, we are inviting you to come take a seat. And this is, we're going to use what we typically use to communicate, which is us coming into your space. But we also would like to ask you to come down into our space and really set off the EMF reader when you are confirming or answering questions. He also likes to use my Earth Magic deck. He's very clear with that. So I'm going to use that as well. But I'm thinking as we're getting information, and Steve-O, I hope this is good for you. If you're not whispering your answers into the mic like I'm asking you to, so that way we provide some fucking proof for the people, we will respond for him and say, okay, this is what we're getting. This is how we're feeling. So let me gather my cards. Steve-O, take your seat. Get prepared to use the EMF reader. Fucking can't with these microphones. The headphones. I think he's also, it might be him messing with us, but I think it's also just his energy messing with the technology.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave this one behind the EMF reader. This was the one that we picked for the three of us before we started, which was Creation, Dreamtime. And honestly, it's kind of a crazy card. If you look at all the faces like up in the sky, like all the spirits and you and us channeling that energy. Yeah. Holy fuck. Okay, Steve-O, the mic is yours, buddy. What is it that you want to share with the public?
He wants mine because it's very cold over here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm feeling him more on you.
I know.
I'm like, all right,
Cold.
All right, I'm going to pull some cards for you, Steve-O. Please give us some readings on the EMF so others can be a part of this journey as well. So what is it that you're looking to share with us today?
I saw you dancing earlier. I love that this came out. Thank you for confirming my vision.
Yeah. The card is Dance Celebration. What is he celebrating? What are you celebrating? Are you celebrating right now?
I think he just really liked to dance when he was in Body. That was like how he expressed himself. And he grew up. Every time I pull up to this place, it's 1980s,
Yeah.
like the greatest hits.
Generation. Okay. So yeah, I guess it was part of his generation to be this like, not club, but like, there's a song playing in my head and I can't get it. Is this the song? Oh, it just went red. Yeah, it is. I'm like, is this the song? Is this your song? Fuck, I need to figure out what this song is. It's an 80s song. Yeah. Okay. Are you, I'm like, we got to ask him yes or no questions so he can spike it up for that. But that was his fucking song. Okay. If I ever find it, I'm going to like play it right here. Okay. Ooh, release. Are you feeling? I know I'm feeling a release now that we're letting him talk. Are you happy that you're with us now? Yeah. This is gonna be so weird for those who are just listening and we're like pausing and looking at the light. Fuck, this song won't stop playing in my head, but it's so far back.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the Rickroll song. Like it's like that era.
Wait, how does that go?
I can't even get that one to the top of my head. Oh my God, it's so far back. It's like down a hallway deep. I'm like, what is that fucking song? All right, what else do you want to talk about besides you being from the 80s and having this song stuck in my head? Breathe. Okay. Or breath. Is that breath or breathe? Breath. And dragonfly emergence. Are you ready to go? Are you finally ready to move on and walk over? Seems like a hesitant yes.
I don't think he wants to.
Is it that you want to stay here?
Are you afraid you won't come back to Earth? Do you want to stay on Earth because of family?
Hard nose, they're stopping. Are you scared of what happens next? Vigilance and vitality. Wait, is that that's not vitality.
Volatility.
What does that mean? Gross?
Let me take the mic back. Volatility means explosive, eruptive, like kind of like that heart attack feeling that we get when we feel him. Like volatile. And I do feel like it was the person working above him who created a lot of stress in his life.
Is that true? Okay.
That person's still alive.
Fucking Lars Larson. Is it Lars? Did you work for Lars Larson? Okay, wait. Did you fucking work in this talk radio station that was here? I'm sweating.
No, he's like, duh, you already knew that.
I know, but I'm like, confirmation is confirmation, baby. Okay. Oh, sorry. Why is half of this interesting? So the explosion, is it going to take a lot for you to cross over?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you don't have the energy to do so? Wait, hold on. Are you also, okay, so side note, we are recording this podcast using the microphones, but my camera, the video portion is picking up its own audio. And every time somebody speaks, the screen blinks. And now I'm going to have to listen to that audio because that was just blinking while neither of us were.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm like, is he talking into that?
That's a yes.
Did it spike?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So fuck, that's more work for me in editing, but whatever.
He's like, you asked for it.
Yeah, you're right. I did ask for it. Okay. So can I help you cross over? Would you be willing to go if I help you? Take that as a yes.
Yeah.
What do you need to do before we prepare? Is there anything that you need? New beginnings.
Mm.
Are you ready? It's like kinda.
I know. I kind of don't want you to go either.
My God, the sound he keeps doing in my... I've never heard anything like it. It's like... It's like electronic bugs. You know what I mean?
Oh, like, yeah, when a bugs are flying around a light at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that you? He's like, no.
It is.
It is. I feel like he's laughing with us, you know? Like that spike. So listen, we're running this episode kind of long, and it is going to be a little interesting for those who aren't watching but are listening. And there's going to be a lot of long pauses for them. So I'm not trying to keep them too long, but I am trying to give you your moment to shine. So what else, if the last topic that you want to, oh Lord, that you want to share with us, do you want to talk about? Yeah, he's using up a lot of our energy. Okay, generations again. Ancestors.
Mm.
Does you being stuck here have to do with your family?
Oh, yeah.
Is your family still alive? Okay.
His kids.
Yeah. You know I'm not contacting your kids. You know that, right?
He's like, but she will.
No, will you?
No, but that's what I heard.
Okay. We are setting that precedent right now that we are here for you, not for anyone living. So we are not going to be contacting, I'm sorry if that breaks your heart, but we will not be contacting your family unless they just so happen to watch Frequency Broads and fall upon this.
Which wouldn't that be a story?
That would be great. If you are someone.
Make that happen. But guess what, Steve-O? I think when you cross over, you're going to be able to communicate with them more than you can now. So that's something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a little jokester with them.
And I think you also have to understand that we can help you. We? He asked we. Are you with me on this?
Yeah.
Okay. We can help you cross over and deal with the generational trauma with your children without them being here. Because that's what you're holding on to. Okay. Yes, they're holding on to it too. But that's why they won't even be open to us contacting them. Do you understand that? Yeah. But what we can do is help you cross over and let go of this so that way you can contact them yourself and move on together. Power, lightning. Yeah, it's gonna require both of us to strike big and fast. I mean, the earthly beings that are going to help us with this, and you, Steve-O. We're going to need to access and harness that volcano card of the explosion. That's what it's going to feel like.
But then it's going to be pure light and literally light. Like it's going to feel... It's like he can see the vortex and he can see this path, but it feels so daunting, and it feels like how it was feeling in our headphones energetically to him to walk through it, because it's so
Yes.
and that's not an appetizing. I wouldn't want to go in that direction either. I don't blame you one bit. So I think getting that volcanic eruption through that really painful pathway is what it is.
And you know, the card that I pulled for this episode was Leap of Faith. And I thought it was talking about, as we get into paranormal, like trust yourself. But now I'm recognizing that that's for him.
Yeah.
Steve-O,
yeah.
you know, you're aware of what's on the other side and it's still daunting. You have to take the leap of faith that you're capable of doing it. And we're here with you. And I got a bunch of other people who want to be here for it, who are willing to give you energy to lightning bolt yourself out of here. Yeah. Doesn't that sound good? That you don't have to do that alone? Yeah, get to the fucking yellow, baby.
He was like, I was just waiting for a bunch of hot babes to come help me cross over.
It is a bunch of hot babes that want to come. I'm like, all right, buddy. I think it's time to wrap it up. You know, you're never too far from my heart. Literally, with your heart attack.
Oh, shit.
God, that just sent my heart sinking. Just not even the words, just the picture. The light at the fucking end of the tunnel. The Milky Way card. You are going off to the cosmos, baby. We are here for you.
Yeah.
Ow.
I know. I'm getting like crazy sharp pains.
Yeah, I'm like not liking I feel like I'm glitching out with these headphones on.
Yeah, let's close up.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, he wants one more.
Of course.
So he's got to always have the last word. All right, Steve-O, close us out. What's your final state? Shit. Shut the fuck up. It's a whale. Breach, baby, breach. Oh, spike it to 9. I mean, 9. Spike it to red. Spike it to red. Give us that breach. Breach it, breach it, breach it. He's like, fuck you. I do it in my own time. Steve-O, we love you.
Mm-hmm.
We are sending you so much love. Those who joined us and sat here and listened to blank air as we waited for his response. Thank you. I'm sure Steve-O will have more to share in the rest of this season as we're fastly approaching halfway.
That's it. He wants to be here for the rest of the season.
You want in? What if we left the EMF reader for you? We're not going to necessarily have the episode about you, but you can confirm and agree with what we're already saying. That's a fine. But breach, baby. We're about to take off. And we're going to do so together. And we do that by signing off here first. So thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, prescribe, the whole thing. So that way you can continue to join us and Steve-O on this fucking journey. We love you so much. And we'll see you next week.